friends, MiKayla here, and welcome back to my channel this week. And today's video is going to be a hashtag story time with Kayla. And today's story time is going to be my catcalling experience. And then at the end, I'm going to give you guys some tips and tricks and ways to stop a catcalling if you experience it anywhere, at a college, when you're out wandering around in a big city, anywhere. But before we get into this video, I just would like to say, if you guys are new here, hi, my name is MiKayla, and you should definitely hit that subscribe button down below, as well as the little bell next to it, so you get notified every single time I upload, which is every Saturdays at 12 p.m. Central. Also, if you are new, or if you have not already, you should definitely follow me on Twitter. I will have my username right here. My username has changed. I changed my name, as you guys know, but that's in a different video, but I'll put that right here. And the link is also down below. So without further ado, before this video gets too long, let's just get right on into this video, shall we? Okay guys, so before I get into the whole story time, I just want to explain, no, I don't have my usual big glam makeup on, and I'm not wearing anything too fancy, but because it's a story time, I thought I would just keep it casual, you know, keep it comfy casual. So that's what we're doing. So put on your pajamas, grab a cup of coffee, and sit down, and let me just get on into this story. My catcalling experience. Before I get into the story, if you guys don't know what catcalling is, it's pretty much someone following you around. Kind of another term for catcalling is being a stalker, per se. It's where you're just being followed by a creepy guy, pretty much. It's kind of scary if you're going through it, so stay tuned till the end if you want to figure out how to fix the issue. And yeah, so my catcalling experience is quite one that I will remember for a lifetime. So if you guys have not known, some of you have known this, but some of you may not if you guys are new. But I am starting my second semester of my freshman year of college. So this whole catcalling experience happened my first semester of college. And I go to a local community college. I'm not going to say the name of it just because privacy reasons. Just some background information. The community college I go to is very small. It's one story, and it's literally one big circle, and there's like an outdoor kind of spot to hang out in the middle of the whole circle. So it's a very small college. It's easy to find your way around the place. So there's that. Okay, so to start off the story, when I first started college, everything was going great. I was enjoying my time at the college, and I was getting good grades. I was doing really well. And then just towards the beginning, I kind of noticed this guy. I'm not going to say names, obviously, but I started noticing this guy who just seems to constantly walk around the college when he's not in a class and not doing something, which, I mean, is fine, but it's just kind of weird in a way. A lot of the staff members walk around the college on their lunch break, but only on their lunch break. But this guy, I've passed him a couple times in the hallway at this point, and he just always has his hands in his pockets. He's just giving this really awful glare. Whenever I walked by him, like a pedophile look on his face it was there. And right away I noticed, okay, stay away from this guy. I'm just feeling a bunch of red flags, and make no eye contact and whatnot. And so that's what I was doing. I would notice him. I would walk by him in the halls, and then I would just not make eye contact. I would just look forward, and I would just be confident, and I'd walk right by him, no eye contact whatsoever. And all was good. All was good until a little bit towards the middle of the semester, pretty much middle of the semester, a little bit before Thanksgiving break, I think, but I don't know. I was sitting outside the auditorium eating lunch, and all of a sudden this guy, okay, back up. Outside in the auditorium that day, they were having like karaoke session, you know, where you could go up and you can sing karaoke just for the fun of it. This guy, who I have seen before, who's being the creepy guy, he walks up to me like from behind me, scares the crap out of me, and he's just like, "Aren't you gonna go in and enjoy the karaoke?" And I'm like, "No, I'm okay." And then he leaves, and then he comes back and he asks me if I'm feeling okay. And I'm like, "Yeah, and then he walks away. And I don't know this. My mom tells me this later. Oh, also, my mom and my cousin work at this community college, so just keep that in mind. But my mom later tells me that this guy sang karaoke before my mom did. My mom decided to sing too. But yeah, so that happened, and it was kind of creepy because I didn't want to interact with him whatsoever. But then a few days later, I got a secret admirer note in my locker. And I kid you not, I was kind of like, ooh, who could this be, you know? But at the same time, I was like, okay, this is really creepy. And if I were in high school and that happened, I probably would have been like, oh my gosh, who is this? Like, does someone have a crush on me? But like in college, when you don't know half the people you go to school with, it's kind of a little bit more creepy. But I actually have the note that he gave me, and I'll read it to you. It's kind of creepy. So, it looks like this. Looks like this. And I don't know if you can see that very well. It's very decorative, decent handwriting. Yeah, I'm just going to read this to you, okay? So it says, "Dear MiKayla, I've seen you in the halls on my way to class, and I think you're a really pretty girl. Your blonde hair, your freckles." Okay, let me just stop right there. I don't have freckles. I have freckles just here and there, but I don't have freckles. You know what I mean? Like, all like here, like most redheads do. I don't have a lot of freckles, which I found was weird that he pointed that out. But anyways, even your glasses look great on you. You seem just a little shy, but I'm the shyest boy in the world. I really do want to know you, and I'm hoping someday you can like me back. I can tell you're a wonderful girl inside and out, from your secret admirer. Ooh. Okay, so what I did was I grabbed this note. I secretly snuck it like in front of my books, and I kind of hid it, and I took it to my mom and I gave it to her, and she looked at me and she's like, "What's this?" And I'm like, "Just read it. Just read the note." And she read it, and we kept trying to figure out who the heck this could be. At this point, I had no idea who it was. And then my mom started thinking, okay, this is a little creepy. Like, this is just really suspicious. And so my mom, she turned the note in to the dean of students. And she said that if it happens, if I get another note, to give her the note and let her know. And yeah, and then this happened like on a Friday, and it's been a week. I went home that weekend. I was safe, at home. I went back that week after I got the note, and my mom, she keeps trying to figure out who the heck this guy is. And I'm not going to say any names, but my mom kept trying to tell me who she thinks it could be. So she said, do you have let's call him A. Do you have an A in your class, in any of your classes? And I said, no, don't sound familiar. And then I was like, what does he look like? Blah, blah, blah. She told me, and I was like, no, I don't think I have him in my class, and blah, blah, blah. And my dog is snoring right now. I just have to point that out. So my mom says his name, and then I used to sit in this spot kind of in the back of the school, and it's on a table, and there were like 4 other tables in this area, and that's where I would sit because it was like the quietest place. And it was cool because there were a lot of windows in there too, and I don't like to be closed in, But, so I sat there for a while, and this guy, the guy who I noticed was being creepy, sat there every once in a while too, not next to me, but like a few tables down from me. And all of a sudden, I hear this teacher walk by him and say, hey, A, and he didn't say A, but he said his real name. But he was like, hey, A, how you doing? A said, good. And I was like, oh, no. Like, this is the guy who my mom asked about. And I told my mom, and she was like, oh, no. Like, okay, stay away from this guy, blah, blah, blah. And then that Friday, exactly a Friday after a week after I got the first note, my mom had to go to a meeting or whatever, and I was sitting in the same chair as usual. My mom came walking past me, and she was like, I saw A hanging around by your locker. Make sure he did not put another note in your locker. But she thought that he did. And so my time came to where I had to go get my books to go to my next class. And when I did, I was walking to my locker, and I noticed A is standing looking at a bulletin board around the corner of my locker. And when I get to my locker, I open my locker, there's a note that kind of is up there, and I look to the corner of my eye, and I see him watching me as I'm opening my locker and looking at this note. I don't look at this note. I take the note and I slam it down to the bottom of my locker. I grab my book, I shut my locker, and I walk away. And then it's over, and I go to my class, and everything's fine. But I have the second note, and I'm going to read you this one, and this one sounds even more creepier than the first note. And it's right here. Same thing, it's decorated. He said a little bit more about it. Yeah, so it says, Dear MiKayla, I don't know my first note made you feel. Bad grammar, bad grammar, by the way. But I hope it made you happy. I don't want you to think of me as a stalker. Just someone who's interested in a pretty young girl. I wish I could see you, but the only time I was gutsy enough to talk to you, I couldn't get you to come in the auditorium to see me sing karaoke. That's also how I knew exactly who this person was. I wanted to impress you because you make me feel happy when I see you, and I look forward to the day I can meet you for real. I think you're special. I invite you to find out who I am. Love, your secret admirer. So, does that not sound creepy? Like, the fact that he said, like, I hope you don't think I'm stalking you, pretty much explains that you're stalking me. And it just, made me mad. But, so that happened. And also, how the heck did he find out what my name is? I mean, I get it that my mom works there, but still, I've never interacted with this guy before. How the heck would he know my name and where my locker was? that's being a stalker right there, is finding those things out. But, so, that same day, classes at the college is done at 12:30 every Friday. So, it was 12:30 and my mom and I were going to go to lunch together. And, so when I get to my mom's desk, I set my book bag down to go to the bathroom. And when I'm going to the bathroom, I notice that A is standing around by the bathroom. And I go to the bathroom. Okay, I hold my phone out, and I have my mom's thing ready to go. Excuse me, ready to go in case I need to, like, call her, because she said, like, if something creepy is happening, just call me. You don't have to talk. Like, if you call me, then I know something is wrong. And so I had my phone ready to go, because at this point I was just beyond creeped out. But I walked out of the bathroom, and there he is. A is following me. He doesn't enter the office where I go in, but he follows me until I go in that office. And so I'm like walking as fast as I can. It's a short distance from the bathroom to my mom's office, so that was a good thing. But my mom also saw that he was following me, and she was creeped out by that. So at this point, both notes were reported to the dean of students. Keep that in mind. But after that whole following thing happened, my mom and I walked out of her office to go to the car to go and eat lunch, and he was still standing around by the bulletin boards. And thank God my mom was there next to me, or else he probably would have followed me to wherever I was going to go. And if that would have happened, I would have freaked out. That would have freaked me out. But then me and my mom, we just kind of got to talking about this whole situation at lunch. And when I got home that day, I just remember bawling my eyes out because I was so scared. I was petrified because, like, I've never had this happen before. And I was so scared. And so things kind of calmed down, but not really. 2 days after that, the dean of students brought in A to her office and explained to him how if he continues this behavior, he's going to be kicked out, and he had to sign a paper and whatnot stating that he would be kicked out of campus if he continued this behavior. And that day, I was in my first hour class at this point when this happened, and my mom, she came and got me after my class ended, and she came up to me, and we were walking to my locker and whatnot, and she said, "So, A got really mad and stormed off, so I'm going to walk you to all your classes." And I'm like, I was fine with that. I mean, it was kind of embarrassing, but not really, because, like, I didn't want to risk my life. Like, you never know what someone is capable of doing when they're mad or angry. So just in case, like, this guy were to come after me, my mom wanted to take me to all my classes so I wasn't alone walking around in the hallways. So that happened. I am beyond blessed, though, to have had my mom there with me, helping me go through this. This is my first time ever experiencing this catcalling. It was my absolute first time, and I am so thankful that my mom was there to help me out. So after he got mad and all that went down, he started to stop putting notes in my locker. He stopped following me around and all this stuff. So there was one little incident that happened after that, but then everything kind of stopped. But I started going into the library because there's more witnesses in there if anything were to happen to me. So I went in there, and they have 3 quiet rooms where you just go in, there's a door, and you can just study in there. And so I went in there, and the librarian, let me lock the door until I felt comfortable to not have to lock it anymore. And she kept an eye out on me, which was good. But I did not know this was happening. The librarian told my mom about this, and my mom told me later. But apparently, he sat at a table in the library and faced the direction so he could see me. And yeah, so. But after that, everything started calming down and he stopped. But I did hear that a few weeks, like a week before school got out, before classes were done for the semester, apparently he started following another girl around, and this girl came in and told the staff and stuff, and she was crying and all this stuff, and I heard that he actually did get kicked off of campus, and he's supposed to finish all of his classes online and not be at the campus at all, so that's really good. I don't have to worry about him this coming semester, so I can feel safe. But that is my catcalling experience, and that is everything that went down with that. It was an interesting experience, that's for sure. Now, I'm going to keep this short and simple just because it's the basic things you should do to stop a catcalling experience if you're going through a catcalling experience. So if you're just being followed, like if you get off of a subway, a bus, anything, and you're being followed, my biggest advice to you is to look forward, look straight ahead, walk with confidence. Don't let him know that you are scared and that you are worried he's going to do something, because people can see your body language and how you are and how you feel from your body language. So just walk straight ahead, look straight ahead, don't look behind you, walk with confidence. That's my biggest advice to you. And don't walk directly back to your dorm or your house. Don't do that. Try and go somewhere that has a lot of witnesses around, or go to like a relative's house or go to a friend's house, just so you're not leading him to where you live so he can find you and potentially, I don't know, get into your house or something. So that would be the safest thing to do. And if you're in a university or college or something and this is happening to you more than once, go and talk to a teacher or a professor or someone you're close to, like a staff member that you are close to in your college, and just see if they can help you figure out how to resolve this problem. Or if you are in a small college or university like I am right now, and you can go to the Dean of Students' office, go to her office and report this problem, and she should hopefully do something about this issue so it can be stopped. That is my biggest advice to you guys. It can be stopped if you work hard to get it stopped. I believe some some staff members at school aren't too weary about it, and just, I don't know, some staff members don't fix issues when it's brought to them for some reason. Only some people, not a lot of staff members, but I do know some can. So just keep working hard and telling professors and everything what's going on. So one, if you see this professor a lot throughout campus, tell that professor or teacher, because then they can watch out for you anytime like they see you in the halls to make sure someone's not following you or anything. So yeah, I was fortunate enough to have my mom working at the campus, so I could go to her. Because my mom was working there, I'm more close to a bunch of the staff members, more than the average college student, so that was good. I had a lot of staff members who were looking out for me, so that was very fortunate, and I'm very thankful for that. But those are my tips to you, and this video is probably super long, so I'm going to wrap this up right now. But if you guys have any questions at all, please comment down below. I want to help you guys out as much as I possibly can if you guys experience this issue. I'm not an expert at this topic, but I've been through it. I got it resolved. There's no more issue. I've learned what you should do in the future if this happens to you and like my mom's not around or something, so I know what to do. So yeah, comment down below if you have any questions at all. And yeah, so I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and if you did, give it a big thumbs up. And I hope to see you guys next week. Bye.